everyone. Are you ready to unlock your true potential and start living a life of purpose? Today I'm sharing 3 powerful rules that completely transform my journey. These simple yet life-changing principles will help you break through your limits and create the legacy you deserve. Let's dive in and discover how you can start making real progress today. Our life is a journey filled with lessons, trials, and triumphs. Along the way, certain principles can shape your path, define your character, and lead you toward a future that aligns with your deepest aspirations. I want to share 3 rules that have profoundly impacted my life. These rules aren't just words, they're commitments that demand discipline, resilience, and faith. They have guided me through moments of doubt, fear, and uncertainty, and they continue to fuel my growth every single day. The first rule that changed my life is this: take complete responsibility for everything in your life. This may sound daunting, but it is the foundation of empowerment. For years, I would look at my circumstances and point to external factors as the cause of my struggles. The economy wasn't favorable, someone didn't give me an opportunity, or life simply wasn't fair. But the day I decided to stop playing the victim and took responsibility for my actions, my mindset transformed. I realized that while I can't control everything that happens to me, I can control how I respond. It's about owning your choices, your time, and your results. This rule is not about blaming yourself for things beyond your control. It's about focusing on what you can do to move forward. When you take ownership, you unlock the power to change your life. No one is coming to save you. And that's a liberating realization because it means you are in control. The second rule that transformed my life is simple but powerful: consistency beats intensity. Early in my journey, I believed that success came from big, dramatic efforts, working tirelessly for a week and then burning out. But life doesn't reward those who sprint only to collapse at the finish line. It rewards those who show up every day, even when they don't feel like it. Whether it's building a business, improving your health, or mastering a skill, consistency is the secret ingredient. But small, deliberate actions taken daily compound over time to create extraordinary results. This rule taught me patience, an often overlooked virtue in a world that demands instant gratification. Progress might be invisible at first. You might feel like your efforts are insignificant, but trust me, they are not. Every step you take, no matter how small, moves you closer to your goal. Stay the course, and one day you'll look back and realize how far you've come. The third rule that changed my life is to embrace discomfort as a catalyst for growth. For years, I avoided pain and challenges because I feared failure. I wanted the rewards of success without the struggle. But I learned that everything worthwhile in life exists just outside your comfort zone. Growth requires stretching yourself, stepping into the unknown, and facing adversity head-on. Discomfort is not your enemy, it's your ally. It pushes you to evolve, to discover strengths you didn't know you had, and to achieve things you once thought were impossible. There were times when I doubted myself, when fear whispered that I wasn't good enough. But I leaned into the discomfort instead of retreating. I used it as fuel, as a reminder that I was on the edge of transformation. Whether it's having a difficult conversation, pursuing a challenging goal, or taking a leap of faith, discomfort signals that you're growing. Then these 3 rules: taking responsibility, staying consistent, embracing discomfort, have become the pillars of my life. They're not always easy to follow, and I stumbled along the way, but every stumble has reinforced their importance and stats. Responsibility taught me that I hold the pen to my life story. Consistency reminded me that greatness is built one brick at a time. Discomfort showed me that the path to success is often lined with challenges that reveal my true strength. These rules are universal yet deeply personal. They may resonate differently with each of you, depending on where you are in your journey. But one thing is certain: applying these principles can create a profound shift in your life. If you commit to taking full ownership, showing up consistently, and embracing discomfort, you'll find yourself breaking barriers you once thought were unbreakable. Imagine waking up each day with the conviction that you have the power to shape your destiny. Imagine trusting the process, knowing that your daily efforts will compound into something extraordinary. Imagine viewing every challenge not as a setback, but as an opportunity to grow. These aren't just ideals, they're possibilities waiting for you to claim them. The journey will test you. There will be days when doubt creeps in, when you question whether it's all worth it. On those days, remember why you started. Remember that the rules you choose to live by aren't about perfection, they're about progress. It's okay to stumble, to face setbacks, and to feel uncertain. What matters is that you keep moving forward. Our life isn't about avoiding struggles, it's about becoming stronger through them. Every moment of pain, every ounce of effort, and every act of courage contributes to the person you're becoming. Trust that process. Believe in your ability to rise above any challenge, and never stop striving for the life you deserve. As you walk away from this message, I urge you to reflect on the rules that guide your life. Are they serving you? Are they holding you back? Take the time to redefine them, to align them with the person you want to become. And if these 3 rules resonate with you, embrace them wholeheartedly. They have the power to change your life, just as they changed mine. Your future is unwritten and the pen is in your hand. Choose to take responsibility for your life. Choose to be consistent in your actions. Choose to embrace discomfort as a stepping stone to greatness. These choices will not only change your life, they will define your legacy. So go out there and live with purpose. Show the world what's possible when you take charge of your destiny. And never ever stop believing in the power within you to create something extraordinary. Your best days are ahead, and they're waiting for you to claim them. Take responsibility. Taking responsibility for your life is the cornerstone of personal growth, and success. It's not always easy, and it's certainly not always comfortable, but it is transformative. Many people spend their lives blaming circumstances, other people, or sheer bad luck of their struggles. But here's the truth. As long as you're pointing fingers, you're giving away your power. You can't what you refuse to own. The moment you take responsibility, you stop being a victim and start being the architect of your life. This shift isn't just empowering, it's life-changing. Imagine waking up every day with the understanding that you have the power to shape your future. It's a liberating realization, but it comes with a challenge. You must face the fact that your current reality is, in large part, a reflection of your past choices. It can be hard to swallow, but instead of feeling weighed down by regret, you can choose to see it as an opportunity. Responsibility is not about self-blame, it's about recognizing your role in creating your life and using that awareness to make better decisions moving forward. The power to change is already within you. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you control everything that happens to you. Life will throw curveballs, unexpected challenges, failures, and even heartbreak. But what you do control is how you respond to those moments. Do you dwell in self-pity or do you rise and adapt? Your response is your superpower. It's the difference between staying stuck and moving forward. Responsibility is what gives you the courage to face challenges head on, knowing that while you might not have chosen the battle, you can choose how you fight it. But some people shy away from responsibility because it feels like pressure. They think it's easier to let others decide, to wait for luck, or to let life happen to them. But the truth is, avoiding responsibility doesn't make life easier, it makes it harder. And when you don't take control, you're at the mercy of external forces, constantly reacting instead of creating. Taking responsibility, on the other hand, gives you clarity and direction. It allows you to set goals, make plans, and act with purpose. And when things don't go as planned, it gives you the resilience to adjust course without losing of your destination. Ultimately, taking responsibility is about freedom. It's about breaking free from the chains of excuses, blame, and action. It's a declaration that you are in charge of your destiny. This mindset doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes you. It builds your confidence, strengthens your character, and unlocks a level of potential you may not have known you had. Every decision you make becomes a step toward the life you want. And every challenge you face becomes a lesson that shapes you into someone stronger and wiser. Responsibility isn't a burden, it's your greatest tool for transformation. Our life is unpredictable and challenges often appear when we least expect them. In those moments, how you handle the situation defines your path forward. Reacting is impulsive and emotionally driven, while responding is thoughtful and intentional. The difference between the two can shape the outcome of any situation, or ultimately your life. Imagine standing at a crossroads. One path leads to clarity and growth, the other to chaos and regret. Responding is the choice that moves you forward with purpose, while reacting often leaves you stuck in frustration or confusion. When you react, you allow emotions to take control. Anger, fear, or frustration can cloud your judgment, making you say or do things you later regret. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire, intensifying the flames instead of extinguishing them. But responding is different. It's about pausing, breathing, and choosing a course of action that aligns with your values and long-term goals. Responding doesn't mean ignoring your emotions, it means mastering them. You acknowledge how you feel, but don't let those feelings dictate your actions. And this shift from reacting to responding is a sign of emotional maturity and self-control. Now, to think about the last time you faced a difficult conversation or an unexpected challenge. Did you react immediately, or did you take a moment to reflect before acting? That moment of reflection is powerful. It gives you the space to consider your options, weigh the consequences, and decide on a path that serves you best. It's the pause between stimulus and response where growth happens. When you choose to respond thoughtfully, you're no longer a puppet controlled by external circumstances. You're in charge, and that control is where your power lies. Responding doesn't mean you suppress your feelings or avoid confrontation. Instead, it's about turning those moments of discomfort into opportunities for growth. Life will test you with obstacles, difficult people, and unexpected setbacks. Reacting might feel satisfying in the moment, but it rarely solves the problem. Responding, however, allows you to approach the situation with clarity and purpose. It turns conflict into resolution and setbacks into lessons. Every time you choose to respond instead of react, you're strengthening your ability to stay grounded in the face of chaos. This practice of responding rather than reacting isn't just about navigating challenges, it's about building a life of intention and resilience. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't let circumstances dictate their happiness or success. It's about reclaiming your power in every situation, no matter how small or significant. Life will always throw curveballs, but how you handle them is entirely up to you. Respond with wisdom, grace, and purpose, and you'll find yourself not just surviving, but thriving, no matter what comes your way. On the realization that no one is coming to save you can feel like a harsh truth, but it's also one of the most liberating lessons you can learn. Many of us grow up with the idea that someone, be it a mentor, a loved one, or even fate, will step in and solve our problems. But life has a way of showing us that waiting for rescue often leads to disappointment. On the moment you embrace the fact that your life is your responsibility, you unlock a level of power and independence that is truly transformative. You stop waiting and start acting, and that shift changes everything. When you rely on others to fix your struggles, you give away your power. No one else knows your dreams, your pain, or your potential the way you do. Even if someone cares deeply for you, they can't walk your path for you. They can support you, but they can't do the work. And realizing this isn't about feeling abandoned, it's about recognizing that you are your greatest asset. You have the ability to create the change you seek, and the sooner you acknowledge that, the faster you'll start building the life you deserve. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that circumstances are to blame for your challenges. If only someone will offer you an opportunity, lend a helping hand, or give you the guidance you need, everything would be different. But the truth is, waiting for someone else to act is a form of procrastination. The opportunities you're hoping for often appear only after you've taken the first step. By taking ownership of your journey, you become the catalyst for the changes you desire. You stop being a passive observer and start being an active creator. Taking full responsibility for your life doesn't mean you're alone or unsupported. It means you recognize that even with help, the ultimate responsibility lies with you. I think of it this way: people can give you tools, but it's up to you to build something with them. This mindset isn't about shutting others out. It's about becoming a stand on your own, while welcoming the support of others as a bonus, not a necessity. It's about understanding that you are the driver of your life, not a passenger waiting for direction. When you internalize this principle, you begin to see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than obstacles to overcome. You stop asking who will help me and start asking what can I do right now. This shift changes the way you approach everything from your career to your relationships to your personal growth. The world may not hand you the life you want, but you have the power to build it. No one is coming to save you, and that's not a limitation, it's your greatest freedom. Because the only person you truly need to rely on is already within you. Consistency over intensity is a principle that can transform the way you approach your goals and challenges. Many people are drawing intense bursts of effort, thinking that dramatic action is the fastest path to success. While intensity can bring short-term results, it's consistency that builds long-term success. Imagine planting a seed. You can water it excessively for one day, but it's the daily steady care that helps it grow. The same applies to your dreams and ambitions. Success isn't about how hard you go in a single moment, it's about how committed you are over time. A problem with relying on intensity is that it's unsustainable. You might feel motivated for a few days or weeks, pouring all your energy into a new project or habit. But when the initial excitement fades, so does your effort. Consistency, on the other hand, doesn't rely on motivation, it relies on discipline. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it, putting in the work even when no one is watching. Those small, seemingly insignificant actions repeated over time are what lead to massive results. The truth is, consistency beats intensity because it's a marathon, not a sprint. I think about the goals you've achieved in the past. Were they the result of one grand effort, or did they come from daily, persistent actions? Whether it's improving your health, advancing in your career, or mastering a skill, consistency allows you to build momentum. Each day's effort compounds, creating a ripple effect that grows stronger over time. It's not glamorous, and it's rarely exciting, but it works. Consistency is what separates those who dream of success from those who actually achieve it. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. One of the biggest barriers to consistency is the belief that small actions don't matter. You might think, what's the point of exercising for just 10 minutes? Or does reading one page really make a difference? But those small actions repeated daily add up to significant progress. Skipping them even once can break your rhythm or your momentum. The power of consistency lies in its ability to make even the hardest goals feel achievable. When you break them down into manageable steps and commit to doing those steps regularly, success becomes inevitable. Consistency over intensity isn't about doing less. It's about doing what matters most every single day. It's about creating habits that align with your goals and sticking to them even when it feels tedious or slow. The results may not be immediate, but they are lasting. Intensity can spark change, but consistency keeps the fire burning. If you want to achieve something meaningful, don't rely on occasional bursts of effort. Instead, commit to showing up day after day, knowing that the process will carry you to where you want to be. These small steps matter because they are the building blocks of big changes. Too often people get overwhelmed by the size of their goals, feeling as though they need to make monumental leaps to see progress. But the truth is, greatness is rarely achieved overnight. It's the small, consistent actions that pave the way to success. Picture climbing a mountain, not in one giant leap, but one step at a time. Each step may seem insignificant on its own, but together they carry you to the summit. This principle applies to every aspect of life, from personal growth to professional achievements. The beauty of small steps lies in their simplicity. They're manageable and achievable, even on your toughest days. When the goal feels too big or distant, breaking it into smaller tasks makes it more approachable. Want to write a book? Start with one page. Want to get fit? Begin with a 10-minute walk. It's easy to underestimate the power of these small actions, but they add up over time. Success isn't about doing everything at once, it's about doing something consistently. The small steps keep you moving forward, no matter how slowly. And that momentum is everything. People often delay starting because they're waiting for the right moment or feel they need to have it all figured out. But the perfect moment rarely comes, and progress doesn't require perfection. What it requires is action, however small. Now, those tiny efforts not only build results, but also build confidence. With each small win, you prove to yourself that progress is possible. And that belief fuels your motivation to keep going. It's not about seeing massive change immediately. It's about knowing that every little bit counts toward your ultimate yora. These small steps also create a ripple effect. They set off a chain reaction that can transform your habits, mindset, and results. When you commit to one small action, it often leads to another and another, creating a sense of accomplishment and purpose. A single step can spark a journey you never thought possible. The beauty of this approach is that it's sustainable. You don't burn out because the effort feels manageable. And as you accumulate those small victories, you begin to realize how much ground you've covered. Ultimately, small steps are powerful because they turn dreams into reality. They teach you that progress doesn't have to be dramatic to be meaningful. They remind you that even the grandest achievements start with a single action. So if you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed, just take the next small step. It might not feel like much in the moment, but over time, those steps will carry you farther than you ever imagined. Well, the small steps may be humble, but they hold the key to achieving extraordinary things. Patience is key because true success and growth take time. In a world that celebrates instant gratification, it's easy to feel frustrated when results don't come quickly. But the most worthwhile achievements are rarely immediate. They require persistence, resilience, and a willingness to wait while continuing to put in the work. Imagine planting a tree. You can water it and give it sunlight, but you can't force it to grow overnight. Similarly, patience allows your efforts to bear fruit in their own time, teaching you to trust the process even when progress feels slow. The greatest rewards often lie in the waiting. Think of the times in your life when something didn't happen as quickly as you hoped, but when it finally did, it was worth the delay. Patience isn't about doing nothing. It's about continuing to move forward, even when the results aren't immediately visible. It's about staying committed when others might give up, knowing that consistency and time are your side. Patience builds character and teaches you the value of delayed gratification, making the eventual outcome even more fulfilling. Impatience, on the other hand, can sabotage your efforts. It can lead to hasty decisions, unnecessary stress, and even giving up on your goals too soon. When you rush, you often miss out on the lessons and growth that come with the journey. Patience teaches you to appreciate the process and recognize that each step, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your destination. It shifts your focus from obsessing over the outcome to embracing the effort and learning along the way. Patience also strengthens your resilience. Life is full of setbacks, delays, and unexpected challenges, and impatience only amplifies their impact. But when you practice patience, you learn to adapt and persevere. It gives you the mental and emotional fortitude to keep going even when the road gets tough. Patience is the bridge between effort and success, allowing you to navigate the twists and turns of life without losing sight of your goals. It's a quiet strength that empowers you to endure and expect. At its core, patience is an act of faith in yourself, your efforts, and the journey ahead. It's a reminder that great things take time and that the best outcomes are worth waiting for. When you embrace patience, you stop seeing time as an enemy and start seeing it as an ally. It's not about sitting idly by. It's about staying focused and committed while trusting that your hard work will pay off. Patience isn't just a virtue, it's a key that unlocks the doors to your greatest achievements. Discomfort fuels growth because it pushes you beyond the limits of what is familiar and easy. Growth doesn't happen in the safety of your comfort zone. It thrives in the moments when you face challenges, uncertainties, and even fear. Imagine a seed breaking through the soil. It must push against resistance to emerge into the light. Or the same way, you grow when you allow yourself to face discomfort and embrace the struggles that come with pursuing something bigger than yourself. Discomfort is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you're stretching towards something better. The greatest achievements in life are often born from discomfort. Whether it's learning a new skill, stepping into a leadership role, or facing a personal challenge, the initial unease is part of the process. It's tempting to retreat to what feels safe, but staying in the comfort zone keeps you stagnant. Growth requires you to lean into the hard moments to stay the course even when it feels overwhelming. Each time you push the discomfort, you expand your limits, proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you imagined. Discomfort also teaches you resilience. It's in the hard moments that you develop strength, patience, and perseverance. When you face difficulties head on, you discover that you can handle more than you thought possible. It's not about seeking pain for its own sake, but about understanding that the struggle is part of the journey. Those who avoid discomfort often miss out on opportunities for growth because they'll take the first step. But those who embrace it learn to adapt, overcome, and thrive in the face of adversity. The discomfort you feel today is the foundation of the strength you'll have tomorrow. And think about the times you've accomplished something significant. Wasn't there a moment of uncertainty or difficulty along the way? Discomfort sharpens your focus and forces you to grow in ways that comfort never can. It breaks old habits, challenges your assumptions, and pushes you to develop new skills and mindsets. Over time, what once felt hard becomes second nature, and you realize that growth was worth every ounce of discomfort. That when you understand that discomfort is a necessary part of progress, you stop fearing it and start embracing it. Each challenge becomes an opportunity, each failure a lesson. Growth doesn't come from taking the easy path, it comes from stepping into the unknown, facing resistance, and emerging stronger on the other side. Discomfort is not your enemy, it's your greatest ally in the pursuit of a better version of yourself. And the more you lean into it, the more you grow, and the closer you get to achieving the life you truly want. Fear is part of growth because it signals that you're stepping into unfamiliar territory where true progress happens. If you're not feeling a little nervous, uncertain, or afraid, it's likely that you're not pushing yourself hard enough. Fear is a natural response to the unknown, but it's also a sign that you're about to break through limitations. Think about as you face something big or daunting in your life, didn't that fear eventually fuel your desire to conquer it? The truth is, fear can be a powerful motivator when you learn to use it to your advantage. And many people let fear control their decisions and hold them back from going after dreams. They see fear as a signal to retreat. But what if fear is actually pointing the way forward? When you embrace fear instead of running from it, you shift your perspective and see it as a catalyst for growth. Fear challenges you to take risks, make bold moves, and get out of your comfort zone. The greatest success stories are filled with people who face fear head on, not as a barrier, but as an opportunity to learn, adapt, and evolve. The fear of failure often holds us back, but it's important to recognize that failure is just part of the process. It's through failure that we learn, grow, and refine our approach. Fear, when acknowledged and faced, transforms from a roadblock into a stepping stone. When you confront your fear, you realize not as powerful as you imagine. You gain confidence by taking small actions in spite of the fear, and each victory, no matter how small, weakens the hold that fear is over you. Over time, you begin to see that fear is not a signal to stop, but a reminder to push forward. Fear is part of growth because it reveals what truly matters to you. The things you fear most are often the very things that will lead you to your greatest potential. Whether it's fear of rejection, fear of failure, or fear of the unknown, these emotions often mask your deeper desires. Fear is telling you that you care enough to face the challenges that will shape you into a better version of yourself. It's easy to stay comfortable, but it's in the moments of fear and uncertainty that you truly grow. The key is not to let fear paralyze you, but to let it drive you toward action. Understanding that fear is a necessary part of growth frees you from the paralyzing effects it can have. Fear no longer needs to be a force that holds you back. Instead, it becomes a sign that you are on the right path, one that leads to personal transformation and success. When you accept fear as a companion on your journey, you begin to move with purpose, knowing that every step you take in spite of it brings you closer to fighting goals. Fear is not your enemy, it's your signal to push forward, because on the other side of the house fed of fear lies growth. The path to success is challenging, because nothing worthwhile comes easy. If it were easy, everyone would be successful, and success would lose its meaning. The road to success is not a straight line. It's filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments when you question your ability to keep going. But those very challenges are what shape you, build your resilience, and prepare you for the rewards that come at the end of the journey. Success isn't a destination, it's a process. And that process requires grit, perseverance, and a willingness to face adversity head on. The challenges on the path to success are meant to test your commitment. When the going gets tough, it's easy to want to quit. But the true measure of your potential lies in how you respond to these challenges. It's not about avoiding difficulties, it's about learning how to navigate them. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more determined. The path to success demands that you push through the hard times, act, and evolve. And those who succeed aren't the ones who avoid struggles. They're the ones who use the prior obstacle as fuel to drive them forward. Every successful person has faced setbacks and disappointments along the way. Whether it's a failure, a delay, or a detour, success rarely comes without hurdles. These challenges may feel discouraging, but they are integral to the process. They teach you valuable lessons about perseverance, strategy, and problem solving. The pain and discomfort that come with challenges are what transform you into someone capable of achieving great things. If you want success without facing these challenges, you're asking for something that isn't real. Real success is born from real struggle. The path to success isn't just about working hard, it's about working through the hard times. The moments when you want to give up are often the moments right before a breakthrough. Success is about consistency, about showing up every day even when things aren't going your way. It's easy to celebrate success once it's achieved, but few people talk about the daily grind, the failures, and the sacrifices that went into it. So those moments are what make success meaningful. Without the challenge, the victory would feel hollow. On the path to success is challenging because it's designed to push you to your limits and bring out your true potential. The challenge of the journey is what makes success worth striving for. When you finally reach your goal, you'll know you've earned it because you've weathered the storm. Success doesn't come to those who expect an easy ride. It comes to those who are willing to embrace the challenge, learn from their failures, and keep more confident forward. So if you're facing a difficult moment, don't back down. Remember, the path to success was never meant to be easy. It's meant to be challenging because the greatest rewards are given those who you are willing to endure and push the toughest of times. Progress, not perfection, is the key to achieving real growth and success. We often get caught in the trap of striving for perfection, thinking that if something isn't flawless, it isn't worth doing. But this mindset can paralyze you, preventing you from taking action in the first place. The truth is, perfection is an illusion, a moving target that will always keep you feeling inadequate and stuck. Progress, however, is something you can measure. It's about moving forward no matter how small the steps and consistently improving. Every little bit of progress you make adds up over time, and that's where true success lies. When you focus on progress, you free yourself from the pressure of having to get everything right. Perfection can lead to frustration, self-doubt, and ultimately burnout, while progress allows you to celebrate each step forward. You start to see that it's not about being perfect right away, but about continuously evolving. The fear of imperfection can be overwhelming, but when you shift your focus to progress, you take the pressure off and allow yourself the freedom to grow. You stop worrying about making mistakes and start embracing them as opportunities to learn. Perfection is often a barrier that prevents you from even starting. How many times have you held back from pursuing a goal because you weren't sure if you could do it perfectly? That's where progress comes in. Progress tells you that it's okay to start messy, it's okay to stumble, and it's okay to be imperfect as long as you keep going. The journey toward your goals will be filled with setbacks and mistakes, but that doesn't mean you're failing. It simply means you're progressing. Each mistake is a step closer to mastering your craft and reaching your destination. Focus on progress allows you to keep the bigger picture in mind. Success is not about doing one thing perfectly. It's about consistently improving and making small adjustments over time. When you embrace progress, you see that every day is a new opportunity to grow, to refine, and move closer to your dreams. You become less concerned with immediate perfection and more focused on continuous improvement. This shift in mindset makes the journey far less stressful and much more rewarding. Ultimately, progress, not perfection, is what leads to lasting success. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that you must be perfect to succeed, but in reality, perfection is a roadblock. Progress is what matters because it's measurable, attainable, and sustainable. Every day you commit to improving, you're building momentum that will carry you forward, even when the journey gets tough. So let go of the perfectionism that holds you back and focus on making progress. It's the small steps, the daily improvements, that will take you further than any quest for perfection ever could. Reflection and alignment are powerful tools for growth, yet many overlook their importance. We often get so caught up in the busyness and bits of life that we forget to pause, take a step back, and assess where we are and where we're headed. The process of reflection allows us to look inward, evaluate our choices, and identify what's working and what isn't. By taking the time to reflect, we gain clarity about our goals, our values, and our true desires. Without reflection, we risk moving through life without purpose, blindly following paths that don't lead us to fulfillment. Alignment is the next crucial step after reflection. Once we reflect on our actions, habits, and mindset, we need to align them with our values and our long-term vision. It's about ensuring that the choices we make each day are in harmony with who we are and what we truly want to achieve. When we align our actions with our deeper sense of purpose, we move forward with greater focus, energy, and direction. Alignment doesn't mean everything will be perfect, but it ensures that we are walking in the right direction, working toward goals that resonate with us deeply. Reflection helps us recognize the patterns in our lives, both positive and negative. It forces us to be honest with ourselves and confront the areas where we may be falling short. We can no longer ignore the small signs or excuses we've been making to stay comfortable. It's through reflection that we uncover the truth about ourselves, what we've been avoiding, what's been holding us back, and where we need to grow. The beauty of reflection is that it provides us with the clarity needed to make powerful, intentional decisions moving forward. When we align our actions with the insights gained from reflection, we start to see momentum in our lives. Alignment is the practice of bringing our inner and outer worlds into harmony. It's about making decisions, taking actions, and setting boundaries that are consistent with our authentic selves. When we live in alignment, we experience greater peace, confidence, and resilience. We know that we're not just going through the motions, but actively pursuing a life that reflects our deepest values and aspirations. The process of reflection and alignment is ongoing. It's not something you do once, and it's a continuous cycle of looking inward, adjusting course, and moving forward with purpose. Our life is constantly changing, and so are we. By taking the time to reflect and realign, we ensure that we're not drifting off course, but are instead consistently heading in the right direction. In the end, it's not about achieving perfection. It's about creating a life that feels authentic, fulfilling, and true to who we are at our core. Reflection and alignment are the compass that keeps us on the path to a meaningful and successful life. Legacy through action is a concept that shifts the focus from what we leave behind to how we live the present. Many of us spend our lives thinking about what we want to be remembered for, but true legacy is created by the actions we take today. It's easy to talk about the impact you want to make, but what truly matters is what you do to bring that impact to life. Your legacy isn't defined by your words or intentions, but by the choices you make, the effort you put in, and the way you treat others every single day. It's in the moments of action that your legacy takes shape. When you live with purpose and intentionality, your actions naturally reflect the legacy you want to create. You don't need to wait until the end of your life to start thinking about your legacy. Every day is an opportunity to build the mark you want to leave on this world. Whether it's helping others, contributing to your community, or pursuing your passions with relentless focus, your actions speak louder than any words ever could. And the truth is, the legacy you leave isn't determined by grand gestures or monumental achievements, but by the small, consistent actions that demonstrate your character and values. The power of legacy through action lies in its ripple effect. Your actions, no matter how small, influence those around you. On the way you show up in the world, the work you put into your goals, and the kindness you offer to others creates a chain reaction that extends far beyond what you can see. You may never fully understand the extent of your impact, but trust that the energy you put into your action shapes the lives of others in ways you cannot imagine. Every positive choice you make leaves a trace, building a legacy that continues to influence people long after you're gone on. Actions also have the power to transform you in ways that words alone cannot. When you take deliberate action toward your goals, you start to become the person you aspire to be. It's through the grind, the hustle, and the perseverance that you refine your character and strengthen your resolve. Legacy through action isn't just about leaving something behind for others, it's about becoming a better version of yourself in the process. An impact you have on others is a reflection of the person you're constantly becoming through your efforts. In the end, your legacy will be a combination of everything you've done and every person you've inspired in others. It's not about creating a perfect life or leaving behind a flawless record. It's about showing up, putting in the work, and living in a way that later aligns with your values. When you act with purpose and passion, you build a legacy that speaks for itself. It's the everyday choices, the consistent actions, and the lives you touch that will define the true impact you've had. Legacy is created not by what you leave behind, but by the actions you take in the present that create lasting change. In conclusion, the journey toward growth, success, and fulfillment path are on the path. It's a series of actions, decisions, and reflections that shape who we are and what we leave behind. Each of the principles we've discussed, taking responsibility, responding with intent, staying consistent, embracing discomfort, and creating legacy through action, are interconnected. They guide us to make the right choices, confront challenges head on, and continuously improve. Life is a constant series of small steps, and every moment is an opportunity to build something meaningful. Success doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. It comes from showing up, taking action, and being patient with the process. Your legacy is not something you create overnight, but rather something that grows through the choices you make today. It's the consistent effort, the resilience, and the commitment to progress that builds a lasting impact. You may not see the results of your actions immediately, but trust that every step forward, every lesson learned, and every small victory is leading you closer to these goals. The key is to keep moving, to keep reflecting, and to remain aligned with your purpose. But remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. It's not about waiting for a savior to show up, it's about saving yourself through your own actions. Your potential is limitless. When you take responsibility, respond thoughtfully, embrace discomfort, and consistently act with purpose. In the end, the only thing that truly matters is the person you become through the journey and the impact you make along the way. Stay committed to your path, keep taking action, and let your legacy unfold in the way only you can make it. Thank you for taking the time to listen and reflect on these thoughts with me today. I hope that the words shared have inspired you to take action, embrace growth, and continue striving for your best self. Remember, journey is just as important as the destination, and every step you take brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. Stay consistent, stay focused, and never stop believing the potential. Goodbye for now, and may your path be filled with purpose, progress, and positivity. Keep moving forward, and remember, you've got this.